Hey there. It was so great to meet you at Nnahra, Hawaii. And Chris and Nicole and I had such a wonderful time with so much meaningful connection with you as an individual, the group as a whole, and could we have had a more beautiful location? So we just wanted to reconnect with you. Nicole, who you probably met at our booth, would love to have a little conversation. We'd love to learn more about you and your organization, and specifically to address one of the challenges that we heard from a lot of you at the conference, which is because of the current economic climate, because of the fallout, great resignation, reshuffle, following the pandemic, this climate we're in, so many people are struggling to find good talent, and people are getting promoted into leadership roles who don't have experience or the skill set to make them effective as a leader. So we've done some thinking and put our heads together and came up with a solution to that challenge. It is a tiered leadership program. We call it the Leadership Culture Igniter Program. And Luke Freeman, my colleague here, is one of the architects of that program. So he's going to share a little bit more about what it entails.
Yeah, thanks, Hannah. So when we think about the outcome that we're going for when we develop leaders in our organizations, we're trying to create a leadership culture. And what we mean by that is a culture in which every single team member, from frontline new hire employees all the way up to the executive leadership team, identify as leaders and have some level of shared understanding about what is leadership here in our organization. What does it mean to be a leader? What are the expectations of leaders? And so we call it a tiered leadership program because we really want to address each of those levels of the organization and give them the skills and understanding that they need. And so when we look at the first tier, those frontline employees, every new hire, we want them to understand, hey, you're expected to lead yourself here. Here's what a leader is here. And also look at this career path that you could take. We do leadership development from here all the way up to our executive team. And here's the expectations of those leaders. We want everyone to understand that. The second tier is that first time supervisor. Okay, great. I'm leading people now. Well, what do I need to know? I probably need to know how to manage conflict, how to build trust on a team. I also need to know some organization-specific transactional things like how do I use our HR management system? How do I check on the points for people on my team? Things like that. We want to boil all that together into a program for first line or for frontline leaders. And then that next level is departmental leaders, or maybe they lead a function in the organization. At that point, if you're leading supervisors, leading managers, you really should understand how to develop leaders. To do that, you need to have an even deeper understanding of leadership practices. So what does it mean to model the way as a leader? To inspire vision? What does it mean to encourage people on your team? What are the outcomes of doing those things? And then that last tier is really that executive leadership tier. For folks in that role, they need to have vision. They need to understand what is their personal purpose? What's the purpose of the organization? How are we going to fulfill that purpose? How are we going to get there? And they also need to be excellent coaches to coach all the way down through the organization so that they can move that organization along as effectively and quickly as possible. So in all of those tiers, we talk about things like emotional intelligence. Why is emotional intelligence required to be a leader? We talk about things like what is an effective team? What makes an effective team? What are the obstacles that we face in building effective teams? We also talk about coaching skills. What does it mean to take a coaching approach to leadership instead of a directive management approach? And so we roll all of that up, make it appropriate for each of those tiers, and really have a way to implement that based on the context of your organization in a way that's sustainable, that can build a leadership culture that's going to last the test of time.
All right. Thank you, Luke. That was a really great breakdown of the program. I'm a firm believer in this. And like I said, we've heard from so many leaders and including our friends at Nnahra how this is a real need. So if we can help support your leaders and leadership development, reach out and connect with us. You can contact Nicole directly and she'll get the conversation started.